Hey, what's up everybody? Frank Valkyria, welcome to the channel. We actually have a special audio I want to share with you. Let's listen together. This is an audio where allegedly, if it's not the last time, but it's the time where Johnny Depp decided that he had enough and it was over. Very interesting audio. I actually don't remember hearing it in some of those audios. Those audios, they keep coming out. It's actually crazy. So let's listen together, analyze it, because let's not forget and also remind the mainstream media of why people actually started to sway in the direction of JD. Why? It's not just by coincidence, you know? We are not just all a bunch of dummy bewitched by a star. That's not it. That's not it. We like the truth. And we heard something that made, change our mind. Let's listen to this together.
Where's,
I don't care.
do you understand why 10 minutes downstairs
I don't
didn't
care.
seem real?
I don't care.
Did you hear what I said?
I don't care. I don't care.
You too.
There's plenty of things you've done, plenty of things you've fucking done that were absolute fucking lies.
I didn't
I'm not
ever.
even fucking with you about it. So anyway, I'm leaving. So I'll see you in a bit. Yeah?
Is that what matters?
You're lying.
Is this what matters to you, your party?
Your lies matter to me.
I never led you. And what we're talking about tonight is what? Who are you? Why? Why are you doing this?
I'm leaving. I'll be back.
Why?
So I'm leaving.
What is it that is so important always to run away to? Why?
It's a runaway, yeah. I run because I'm a cop.
Why don't you stay? You asked me once not to leave, and I'm asking you. So why every 5 seconds do I get I'm leaving? Because there's a fucking movie party I gotta go to. I have never prioritized you behind that. And you of all people, all this talk about not being that guy, you have done nothing but over the last 2 days but tell me that your movie parties were more important, including the night before last, when I said to you the same thing, stay. And today you apologize, said I love you, I'm so sorry, and then today it takes you 2 seconds. It takes you 20 seconds at most to go, fuck that, I hate you, I don't want to be with you, goodbye, I'm leaving, I'm running away, but I'm not running, I'm walking away.
Well, one thing is for sure. I don't want to be with you. I don't. I really don't.
Then if you don't want to be with me in life,
Goodbye.
then you need to actually do it. You need.
This is the very moment. Goodbye, Humber. Right there. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. She's going on a rant. I don't really understand what it is. He already knows in the beginning that this is escalating, so he's already saying like, okay, I'm going, And then she brings him something that has to do again with her. It's like she's using some movie party that she has to go to in order to justify the fact that now he's leaving, but now she's asking him to stay because he also goes to movie parties and she stays. I don't know what she's trying to imply there. That's the strange thing, like you don't understand, like of course there is not a larger contest, but you hear JD's just want to remove himself from this because he knows where this is going. And in fact, you hear where this is going already. And that's the moment where he goes like, I don't want to do this anymore. I just don't want to do this anymore. Goodbye.
To be with you, goodbye, I'm leaving, I'm running away, but I'm not running, I'm walking away.
Well, one thing is for sure. I don't want to be with you. I don't. I really don't.
Then if you don't want to be with me in life,
Goodbye.
then you need to actually do it. You need to actually take off your ring and forget that 5 hours ago you said the opposite.
Wow.
Otherwise, you can't keep throwing that around. You can't keep saying to me that this is something you care about. Is that what it's worth to you?
Yeah. Yeah. For you, from all this bitch, from all these rules, all these.
Rules? Because I asked you to stay?
Because
I asked you to stay.
No, because you're fucking.
What was it? What was it when you asked me to
You're a
stay?
pain in the ass.
What was it when you asked me
I
to
can't
stay?
stand it. No.
What was it when you asked me to stay? In Australia, you said you promised me not to leave. You said you promised me not to leave. What did I do?
I thought you would change.
What did I do?
Not change.
What did I do?
Not change.
Did I stay or did I leave?
You changed.
Did I stay or did I leave?
You stayed and you didn't change and you were a fucking.
I stayed.
pain in the ass and you were a cunt.
So I stayed, and I've been a cunt ever since, which is why you told me
Pretty
about every other day how you couldn't imagine your life without me, including today.
All right, there's a lot of stuff here going on. First of all, I'm sure you noticed the sound of that thing being thrown, right? And that's the sound of something being thrown at him. It's very important. So let's not forget that there's a sound of something being thrown at him. He acknowledges it, and she says something like, I tossed it or threw it towards you, basically probably wanting to imply that she was not aiming directly at him, you know? But still, tells you a lot on the dynamic of, already you can feel in the energy of the voice, of her voice, that she's combative, she is angry, she's trying to manipulate him to stay with words which they are like, you know, you'll hear also later, I love you, but at the same time you hear the energy in her voice. And the guy is just calm, like done. He's done. He's also reminding her that after Australia, she did not change. She stayed to see you next Thursday as usual, just basically harassing him. So it's very important. And you also see, unfortunately, I say this, you know, obviously without hatred, also towards her, by no means. But you really understand that it's somebody that has issues. As probably, I'm not an expert, but you know, intuitively you feel that she's been triggered by some issues, maybe abandonment issues, you know, especially when he says like, I'm done, you know, I'm just done, I'm out of here, I don't want to do this no more. Like the energy starts to ramp up even more. It's like there's more desperation in this dynamic. And the sad part about this, most of the time, that is not so much about the true love that she feels, it's more about not being able to go through that separation, you know, that makes them go so crazy and trying to manipulate the situation and controlling it to let it stay the way it is. But she's losing grip. He's done.
So, which guy, does that seem normal to you? Does that seem normal to you? You told me tonight that you couldn't imagine your life without me, and now you're throwing your ring on the ground. Does that seem normal?
Let's have you tell me.
That seems sober? You seem normal?
The definition of normal. You.
Does that seem normal?
You.
Does that seem normal to you?
Borderline personality disorder.
I'm borderline personality disorder now.
Without question.
When I've been consistent all night saying, don't go, don't fuck this all up. I'm not fighting with you anymore.
Wow, I'm not fighting with you. You heard all of this, right? You hear Johnny Depp saying, but you're a borderline personality disorder. She replies the same thing and also comes back at him. You heard, when I've been consistent. They're both aware that this is something going on for real. So either they already been discussing this, she's been going to therapy, even without all the info that now I don't remember, but from this conversation you can hear that this is something they're both aware of. And she seemed less inclined to believe in that, but I'm sure probably they've already been seeing a therapist, or maybe even, I don't know if Dr. Curry already saw them here, but this is real. You see that there's something right there.
I've been saying this to you the whole night. I'm really sorry we disagreed. You're not perfect. I said this 2 hours ago. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect.
I love that you put
But
me
we don't
first.
have to do this every time we disagree.
No. No, we don't. But we do.
Please,
But we do.
please, come here.
And you have
Please, come here.
definitely insulted.
Please, come here. I'm not insulting you. I have not been insulting you.
Back.
I love you. Johnny, what do you need me to do? I love you.
You see the manipulation, right? It's actually crazy. Wow. Again, absolutely triggered by him not letting his guard down. He's done. You can hear it. And he's also telling her, it's like, you keep insulting me. Bam! She flares off, right there, like when she hears that. Because I think it's also a reaction to the fact of understanding the grip. It's been lost. The grip is getting like slippery. And then she starts to use the positive affirmation. I love you, come here, I love you. But in the energy of the voice you hear, there is desperation, there is anger, there is frustration.
Stop.
I'll smack me on the ear again. I'll smack my ear.
You have to hear this where he says, like, you smacked my ear again. Or you want to smack behind my ear again. Listen to this.
You. Stop.
I'll smack me on the ear again. I'll smack my ear again. So it fucking resounds in my fucking cranium. You like that?
I love you.
Huh?
I love you. Sorry. I love you. I love you.
I love you too.
Wow. I love you. I love you too. Still acknowledging that it's a back and forth. Oh my god. I know that some of you get triggered out of this. You have reached out. A lot of you in the audience, some of you that have shared their story with me, and you have told me that you get triggered by this behavior, especially if you are a DV survivor. Somehow the radar seems to be really much up for people gaslighting you, for gaslighting and being manipulative. And I think here you can hear a lot of that. And you feel that still to that moment, Johnny tries to make it work, but it's all over the place, and you also hear right here in this audio, you want to smack behind my ear, was resonating like in my skull, referring to an event that happened, I don't know how long before, but they're referring to something in the past that has happened. Bam, right? So again, that really tells you a lot, all you need to know. And she apologizes, acknowledging it, that that's the case, So then mainstream media wonders why people swayed, like in herds, basically, not pun intended, towards believing JD, It's obvious.
No. I don't love you that much. No, I don't. I do not love you that much. To give up myself? No. I do not. I will not give up myself. And you want me to fucking be some kind of cursed goddamn parrot or a fucking weird frenzied dog? No, I won't be it. No?
Frenzy dog, I'm trying to talk to
Or
them.
your goddamn fucking lover.
Calm down. Calm down.
Fantasia.
Calm
I'm not gonna be
down.
that shit.
Baby, stop.
No, I don't want to be with you.
Baby,
These are the fucking
stop.
rules. Fuck that.
Rules. You're making this whole thing. You're doing this whole thing. No one's fighting you.
I'm making this up. That, above all else, is an insult.
That above else is insulting or something like that. That above else insulting, but you hear at the end here where he says, like, I don't love you that much. I don't love you basically to the point where I won't hand my existence, right? Something to the extent I don't want to be a friendly dog, or I don't know what is going there. Then it's not audible, those parts. He throws something in between, also lovers. I don't know in which context he's using the word, either referring to himself as just a lover or he's referring to her having lovers. So that's a speculation. I have no idea. But it's very interesting to see that the guy at the end, he also realized in that moment in the middle and the end, I don't love you that much that I want to end up basically being done, handing my life. That's it. And again, you see also how the tone switching to trying to be like, affirming positive stuff. Come here, like hug you, whatever. You try to sway the person that is now making his ground, basically realizing what's up, trying to make him vulnerable again, you know, so that you can then control it. Guys, again, this is not about men against women, women against men, us against her, or, you know, just in favor of JD. This is a nice opportunity to hear a human dynamic where actually, honestly, now despite the sympathy or not sympathy for this human being and whatever she deserves, because she brought it on herself, frankly, but it's not about that. If you look at this from a bigger picture, it's really a lesson that people can learn, and also something that people can refer to for actually both people that perhaps have issues with mental health issues, personality disorder, whatever. Maybe they can mirror themselves through these, understand maybe that this could trigger the awareness of searching for help, you know, maybe. I don't know if it works that way, but also for the DV to see the dynamics of you being, you know, the real V, and at the same time not realizing it and being bombarded by all of that. So I think this, if anything, JD is still, and also actually her, by recording this stuff JD unaware of it also, I think they're doing some service. Maybe not intended in that way, but actually they're doing some service for people, because this can really be used by also therapists and people, you know, just in general learning about those human dynamics. So the moment JD realized was enough, good for him, happy birthday, always spread love, guys. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I'll talk to you later.